if you don't know me, you're probably asking yourself, what the fuck is this question? If you do know me, you're the one who probably asking yourself the same question. So let's talk about this. Also want to apologize about my microphone. I have to improvise. Like, I miss my old microphone the way I used to film in 2023, but the microphone is dead and also I'm in Poland, so keep up with this thing. And also I'm refilming this for the third time, so if I look tired or I'm kind of like talking weird, it's because I'm refilming this for the third time and it's also at 11 p.m. So yeah. So first time when I filmed this video, I came out from the closet, and I mean like literally. Everybody chill, I'm not coming out. I just need a hook for a video. But spoiler, I like men, so yeah, that's like, I hope that's not a queer baiting. About queer baiting, we're gonna talk about this later. How all the story started about me being called lesbian or people mistaking me for a queer person, even though I'm not really. It's all started in 2017 when I look like this. I was 13, and that period of time, some of people decide to bully me, calling me a lesbian. And there actually a reason for it. When I was 13, I didn't like boys my age. By the way, nothing changed. Every time when I'm on a date with someone, this person is always like 5 years older than me minimum. So kind of like Julieta from 2017 and Julieta now, like literally the same person. But then I was like kind of overreacting, but at the same time not, because listen, boys at 13 are stinky, disgusting, the puberty hit them, so it's kind of like, it's not pleasure to be around them, like it's not like the best feeling. So every time when I have a chance to boo or like you a boy in front of me, I will do. I will do. I don't know why. It's kind of like not the way that I was trying to be a bully. They like trying to be like boys are, and I was like, you like don't touch me. So because of that, some of people thought that I might not like boys and that I might be a lesbian. So at this time, someone came up with a lesbian to my way to call myself. No, to call me that way. Sorry. I told you guys I'm tired. That was the first time ever when someone called me a lesbian. I guess they're trying to offend me, and it worked then. Right now, I'm like, if someone called me a lesbian or like saying like, oh, you don't look like straight, I'm taking this as a compliment, because in my, like, I know, the lesbians like this still exist. That's okay. Like, that's your choice. It's fine, but also it's not 2007 anymore. Anyways, every time when I'm imagining a lesbian in my head, it looks like this is the lesbians that are in my mind. So every time when someone call me a lesbian now, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so, thank you. At the same time, I'm also so grateful that I'm not a part, but at the same time, like, people assume me of the part of like lesbian community, and yeah, that's confusing, but I don't think that this is offending anymore. So then when they call me a lesbian, especially people that I'm not really was talking at the time, it was like kind of offending. But there's like other things was happening, like plus minus at the same time. My closest childhood friends start to call me a lesbian. I don't know why, because I thought they were my friends, but they keep up with the bullies and kinda ish bullying me. But like, so it was happening like this. First, some of from the street come up with the fact that I might be a lesbian, start to call me that way, and I was like, no, I'm not. Then my friends started, and I was like, okay, that's weird. And guess what? Those friends that I was close then, but now I'm not really close with them, and every time when I meet them, they still keep up with this joke, even though it's like how many 9 years since then. And I'm like, bitch, like, grow up. You're not 13 anymore. When they saying me that I'm a lesbian, I'm offended, because how you're not grown up yet? Like, for real, it's been 9 years and you're still saying, you don't get it, like it's a joke, like Don't be so serious about it. Mitch, I'm not the one who acting like a baby. Anyways, let's talk about other things. Let's talk about the fact that I call myself a lesbian. Huh? So, I knew that I'm not a lesbian, but every time when a boy, I remind you, 13-year-old boy, stinky, disgusting, puberty, other million things like you don't want to be around pubert, teenage slash 13 years old boys, like you don't, okay? So every time when some of them trying to talk to me and like I don't know, flirt or something, even though we were 13, but anyways, the fuck, the Slavic accent, 13. Anyways, so every time when one of the boys at the time trying to talk to me, I goes like, I'm not into boys, like I'm lesbian. So yeah, I can say that generally I was queer baiting at 2017, and I want to say that I'm apologize right now, so no one can cancel me in the future. Because honestly, I didn't know that there was like a queer baiting, even though I'm not sure if the queer word was a thing in 2017, at least in my homophobic country. So yeah, there was a period of time when I called myself a lesbian, when I knew that I'm not, but I call myself that way because I didn't want to talk with boys, but with specific boys. So, and I guess we can start with a little storytellings, even though those ones were kind of storytellings, but I have more to come, so keep up with me. Now we have big time jump. We're going from 2017 when I was 13 to 2022-ish when I was, I guess, 17, 16, maybe 18. Again, something in this time. Now imagine, we're at ballet class. I love my ballet teacher so much. I miss her so much. I have huge respect to her. Every day when I have a ballet class here in Poland, I'm thinking about her. So she's really like the reason that I keep up with dancing, because I was about to quit and she was like, girl, no, you will keep dancing and you will end this school as a ballerina. And I was like, oh shit. Okay, I guess I don't have a choice now. There is like a period of times, and I guess dancer can relate to this period of times when instead of having a class, you and your teacher and all the classmates just sitting in a circle and talking about life. So it was one of those times. We're sitting in a circle, and we start talking about boys, first kiss, virginity. So at that time, I had my first kiss, but it was with a girl. It actually was with a couple girls. Listen, it was like a night party, and we were like on one girl's house, and we were playing truth or dare. And most of the time, when someone picked dare, they had to kiss one of others. I have no idea. Anyways, yeah. So I ended up kissing, I guess, like 3 girls at the same night, and I guess officially, it was like my first kiss, my first 3 kiss with 3 different people at one night. Damn, I was wild back then. Anyways, so at that time I had my first kiss and I was a virgin, and I think I was 17. Yeah, something like this. So when this topic came up, our teacher decided like to guess who is who, like who is a virgin, who is not. If you're not, did you have your first kiss, all that stuff. And we went to a circle, and she came to me because I was the last one, because I was sitting next to her, and she goes like, you didn't have your first kiss and you're probably a virgin. And I was like, excuse me? I mean, yeah, I was a virgin, but I was like, I had my first kiss, so don't think that I'm not kissable. What the fuck was that? So I don't remember what I told her, but I remember that I told her that I had my first kiss, and I probably told her that I was a virgin. So after I told her that, and she goes like, oh, with who? At that time, and to be honest, I still have no idea if she meant like who and she want to hear the name of the person, or she meant with who, what, with which gender, because I think in Bulgarian it's the same with koi. Da, it's, yeah. I've got scared of the fact that she's asking the second thing about the gender. And again, I repeat, I have huge respect to my teacher. I never lied to her. Okay, maybe I lied her once, but it was in the text. I'm sorry if you're watching this, my ballet teacher, but yeah, I lied to you at some point. I guess it was like 2023. Anyways, I'm editing this video right now, and I just remember that I lied a lot during a COVID, like a quarantine time. But I guess my teacher knows about it, so I guess it's fine. But yeah, again, I'm apologize about lying to my teacher. With all respect, like I'm sorry, like. And I guess after she asked me this question, I guess I took the pause too long, and she realized that, oh, something is happening. And she decided to ask me like the straight question: who was it? Girl or a boy? And I don't really remember what her tone was at that time, but in my mind is like she's saying this with the most judge's face and with judge's intonation that she couldn't ask, so I got scared that she might be a homophobic. So I thought that she gonna judge me so bad if I told her that I kiss a girl, and I was like, yeah, I kissed, but and yeah, I ended up lying to her that there was a boy, but I think she realized that that was a lie because a couple of years later, or maybe 1 year, because I think that was like 2023, when we are again, we're sitting in the circle, talking about life, talking about prom, because prom was coming up, and she asked everyone like, oh, what dresses you gonna wear, blah blah blah. Comes to me like a question: will I wear a suit on my prom? And I was like, I mean, if I could, I would, and I probably would rock wearing a suit with high heels. Like, I can imagine myself with, I don't know, high heels, maybe slick back, something like Ariana Grande way. But no, I tell her like, no, like why? Why would I wear a suit? I want to wear a dress, and I'm very preparing, all that stuff, blah blah. By the way, this is my dress for the prom. I know, I slayed that night. And right now, when I'm thinking about, I kinda can understand my teacher why she thought that I might wearing a suit on my prom, because my style looked like that when I was at school, my last year. So, yeah, I'm not judging her. But again, if I want to wear a suit and I would, I'm not really sure how to say it in English. Anyways, I would rock the suit costume. So maybe one day at some very important meeting or somewhere, or I don't know, red carpet, I will wear a suit for 100% and I will rock it. So yeah, now we're getting a big jump time in 2 years, in 2025. Imagine this scene: you're in Berlin, you're waiting for a Billie Eilish coming up to stage. Tom Odell just performed. In you open your phone, while like those 30 minutes before Billie Eilish come up to stage, you see a text, but not just a text, from a cool girl text. I will call her that name because, you know, I don't want to really mention some names. I was scared to talk to her because I thought that she's like too cool. Even though we are the same age, we are living in the same city, we're studying in the same school, and we have a graduation at the same year, building all that stuff. But I never talked to her because, again, I thought that she's too cool, and I guess I was feeling like a loser or something, so that's why I never spoke to her. Even though after the graduation we start texting each other, not that much, but with like once a year we can like write haha under like each other's stories or something. So imagine all the scene before, and you seen text from her. I don't really remember what the text was, but it was something like, so I've been like curious about like a couple days. I feel so guilty to asking you, like, are you straight? Because I don't think you are. Like, what's happening? Please answer or don't. I feel guilty. And I was like, oh my god. Because I'm not sure, but I think she's a lesbian. Maybe she's a queer. I have no idea. The fact that she's asking me, and the fact that there's like 5 minutes before Billie Eilish come up to stage, I was like, oh my god. And I guess because of the Billie Eilish adrenaline or whatever was happening to me, I decided to write her a text, something like, I'm straight as a ruler. The same way Billie is saying in one of her like lives from 2018 or 17. And I actually forgot the fact that Billie Eilish is a queer and she likes women, and I just realized that after I sent the message, but I was like, okay, she already seen it, so it's late to delete, so she probably thinks that I do like women, so it's ended up being confusing, but we laugh, and yeah, and I guess we never chat again, because she's like the cool girl, like with cool hair, with cool tattoos, and like I couldn't just like text it like, no, I'm not, and be rude. I want to be funny. I want her to think that I'm funny. Yeah, anyways, so I guess the next story is like the same year, 2025 slash last year. I was on a date with a homophobic person. It was a man. I didn't know that he's a homophobic, and ooh, I really hate this date. I met him for once and he asked me for a date, and I was like, fuck it, like in a week I'm going to Poland, like he probably will forget about me. And also he looks the same as like another guy that I liked, but it's nothing happened in like our situationship or whatever. So I was like, maybe he's his brother or like something, or cousin. So it's kind of like, I don't know what I was thinking about. He just looked like another boy that I like, so that's why I agree on a date. So imagine me, him on a date, talking about stuff, and then the topic become dance, because he was dancing salsa, if I don't lie to myself, and I'm like also a dancer, so we started to talk about dance, and I'm started like to saying what types of dance I was dancing. Like when I was little, I was dancing like ballroom dance, then I was dancing ballet for 9 years, now I'm dancing contemporary in the uni, and also beside that I'm doing more like hip-hop-ish, street style, boyish male choreos, because I like them. And he goes like, oh, why are you dancing like hip-hop, you're such a girly girl, and like, why? And I was like, right, like I'm like too girly. But the next sentence that I told him that I really like the way woman looks and moves when they dancing more male-ish choreos, like rough hip hop, if I can say that way. So I told him that, and he goes like, "Are you a lesbian?" And I was like, I'm on a fucking date with you. What do you think I'm doing? So yeah. And then I don't know why. Maybe I become a little bit rude. I guess I was raised right. And I never had like homophobic thought or like racist thoughts. Like I was raised well, okay? When he asked me if I'm a lesbian, I guess he done that with such a rude face and like judgmental way he could ever ask that. So I don't know, I guess I become a little bit rude to him, and we start like argue about weird stuff, like if I prefer like a gym guy over like a guy who can dance in high heels. And I was like, depends of the man, like if he's good person and he's dancing on high heels and another is like piece of shit, of course I will pick up the one who's dancing in the high heels. Like the date went wrong and I want to finish it like as fast as I could, but like he kept talking, and also like he tried to call me for a second date, and I tried to ignore him, but it was kind of hard because salsa dances that he had are in the same building when I was working at the time, so it was kind of awkward to telling him like, oh yeah, I didn't see your message on Messenger because I never use Messenger, even though like my workers using the Messenger and I have to check messengers daily so to know what's up at the work. But yeah, anyways, he was awkward, he was homophobic, I don't want to see him never again. Now we are in Poland, it's 2026, I'm out with two girls from the Erasmus program from my uni, such a sweethearts, miss them so much. And again, I'm not sure who is who. I'm sure for the one she was a queer, and another one I'm not sure, but I will call her queer too. But I think she's a lesbian. Again, I'm not sure. Like, I don't really care that much. That's why I didn't ask them. But yeah, I think, you know what, never mind, they both queer. uh, we were walking, we were like at the park or somewhere, and they start talking about the fact that if I never told them that I like a man, they never thought about it. Because again, I guess I look queer, I guess I look lesbian, or like wherever. And again, I took this as a compliment. I was like, girls, girls, like, stop. So yeah, they told that, we laughed, we kept going, and I was like, damn, I feel, again, I felt at some second, I felt guilty about it, because I was like, they thought that I might be a lesbian, but I'm not. I guess it's my style. I need to like wear more local straight clothes, like, like the meme, like, my culture is not your costume. That's how I'm feeling sometimes. Anyways, then we like kept walking from around the park, and then we start talking about video games. We start talking about Life is Strange. And fun fact, I played this game, but I never finished it, because there's like one level, I think it's like literally the beginning of the game. I think there was something about like fire, like building in the fire, something like this. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like I can't move out from this level, so I never finished the game. And when they start talking about the game, the characters, like who they loved, like what choice they made, because I think in this game, like every your your every choice that you make keeps you to different endings or something like this. And I was like, oh, I never finished this game, by the way. And one of the girls goes like, oh yeah, it's because you're straight. I mean, she wasn't lying. That's kind of true, but I was like, girl, I uh, that's really got me upset for a second. Yeah, we ended up having a super nice night. Anyways, guys, the last story for today. It's actually a really, really funny story, because finally someone assumed the fact that I'm not my only like woman, but I maybe like men too. You never guess who was it. It was my dad. Fun fact about me and my dad, I'm the one from my whole family. I guess my mom too, but she never like share about it. But I have the craziest dreams, and I'm that type of person that I have to share them. Like I can't wake up and be like, oh, I have craziest dream, and that's it. No, like I have to record on my phone or something. I have to tell someone. So my father always is the victim of it. Like always when I wake up, I'm coming to him and I'm like, dude, I have the craziest dream. Listen. Like literally today I was dreaming such a crazy dream. I was dreaming about I was hanging out with some people in my room. I had no idea what the people were, and one of the girls, because there was two girls, I don't know, I'm just randomly started telling you my dream, but listen, it's kind of funny. And one of the girls started throwing up so badly, such a weird substance, but she started throwing up everywhere. On my bed, on my second floor. Then she calmed down. She threw up everywhere. And I was like, oh my god, I have to help you. But at the same time, I have hemophobia. This thing. I have no idea how it's called. So I'm kind of like scared of throwing up and all this stuff. So I want to help her, but I didn't want to be around her. So I went the corridors to looking for a help, and I ended up being not on my floor, first floor. I ended up on the fifth, and like everyone was partying. There was like chips everywhere on the floor. Some were throwing it up in the like corner. Like it was crazy. And I remember I wake up and was like, what the fuck was that? Like, ew. And then I fall asleep and I have the same dream again, like the continue of the dream. And when I wake up for the second time, I was like, holy shit. So imagine how my father feels every time, like almost every morning comes up to him with those kind of dreams. But this time it was the opposite. My dad had a dream. I don't remember how was it, but I guess I was in the kitchen. He's wake up, come to the kitchen, making himself a coffee, and then he goes like, I had a dream when you come up to me, like me, I coming up to him in his dream, and I goes like, don't tell mom, but I like men and women. And I was like, at least that way, thank you. Because I don't know, I got so like okay with the fact that people call me a lesbian that I was surprised that someone ended up being something different, like a bisexual. So I have no idea how really to feel about this dream. So I was like, oh, that's funny. That's interesting to know. Probably I have more stories about how people call me a lesbian or like other stuffs. But those, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. I think 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 stories. So yeah, that was it. Again, I'm sorry if I'm queer baiting, and I'm sorry if I'm like pouring like your culture like as my clothes. I'm not doing this in purpose. Please don't think that I'm like not cool because I like men. So I guess I can finally do this because I finally filmed this video and I'm so fucking happy about it. Because I was filming this for the third time and I finally did it. So anyways, love you y'all. I'm going back where I came from, so ouch shit. By the way, what do you think about my heels? Both. Bought them today. Are they cute? My second for my collection. Because I think I'm 22 this year and I have to start act like a woman, so both. Yeah. Anyways, bye.